Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena. Holy crap, it's been a while since I made a video. Got all caught up with work, but that should be ending this week. Starting off with a pretty good rare pick. These are all solid cards. You got your Taunter here and a mech. Got some Dragon Synergy, card draw, spell damage there. It's tough. I think the card draw, the spell damage for Mage is more important than the taunt. So we'll grab the Azure Drake. Okay, only one playable card here, and it's a pretty good one. Archmage and Northsea Kraken, both are pretty solid. I'll take the Kraken for some more reach, but that was a tough call. Some charge here, a kind of hit or miss removal spell, or just a really solid 5-drop. I'm gonna take just a solid card there, rather than going crazy. Alright, Volcanic Drake's cute and all, but I'm actually gonna grab Archmage for some more spell damage, and it's a very solid 6-drop. Alright, wow, that's the third Archmage of the day. So for mages, Raging Worgen's actually not as terrible as for other classes because they can trigger the Wind Fury, but that just seems so bad. I don't want another Archmage here. This is already getting pretty top heavy for like the first 6 picks to have 4 of them be 5 mana and up creatures. We'll take the Silent Knight even though it's pretty bad. At least it has a bad reputation. I've played with it. It's not horrific. So we got some healing here. A second cone. I don't know if I want this. Alright, a Force Tank Max I would have taken here if I didn't already have 2 pretty big things, just 6 cards in. We'll take the Farce here. I don't know, it could be a mistake. Maybe a second Cone of Cold is better, but this gives healing, and healing is getting more important lately, it seems. Okay, the Ogre Brute's cute, but I think I'll just take the more solid 4-drop here, the Snowbolt. Alrighty, Frost Nova, I'm not that a fan of in the arena. I don't like the Lord, so I'll take the Attendee. It's not the greatest card ever, but I think it's fine. I can add more reach to my deck. I think I'm going to grab the safe Taunter here, add to my Mech Synergy for Clockwork Knight, and just Taunt is good. Trog's alright. I'm going to take Spellslinger, though. It's a 3/4 for 3. It's like a spider tank, and the Battle Cry on average kind of evens out. Okay, Cobra is probably the best card here for Arena. Flame Wanker obviously can't be super strong. I don't actually have that many spells here, though. So if I can't trigger the Synergy, this might be more important, especially because I don't have Polymorph or Fireball. I don't have any, like, removal, really. I think I gotta take the Cobra here. I know the Flame Waker's technically maybe like a stronger potential type of card, but I think the Cobra's important given how this draft's turning out. Well, speak of the devil, there's a Fireball. Okay, here we got Trash, so I will take Arcane Missiles. And Flame Strike is pretty much unpassable. Sorcerer's Apprentice, pretty good card. I have no 2-drops and I'm halfway in. If I end up getting a bunch of 2-drops, though, I'm gonna regret missing this healer. Alright, I am going to take the Apprentice. If this were a vanilla 2-drop, I would have taken the healer, but she does have use for the Mage, obviously, so I'm going to take her. Alright, Dragons, what do we got? I got 1 dragon, the Azure Drake. I think that's all I got. So this is sort of iffy. We'll take the Warrior for a 2-drop and some more reach. The Wolf's good, but I'm going to take Mana Worm. It's a really good 1-drop. Good 3-drop or good 1-drop. We'll take the 1-drop. This could be the mistake, but, for Mage, since you've got a general burn approach to things, it's nice to have some early playable ones. Alright, the Maiden's probably the best card here, but I'm pretty shy on early plays. Actually, am I? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 1/6 of my deck can be played on turn 1 or turn 2. This is card draw, though, which I'm lacking besides the Azure Drake. Yeah, we'll take the Loot Order. Alright, oh man, Cult Master or Elemental. Well, I did take the Azure Drake and the Loot Hoarder somewhat aggressively, so I'm not as pressured for card draw. I'm going to take the Elemental here. It's a broken-ass card. Frostbolt, of course. Things are coming out pretty nicely here. I'll take the Sen'jin for some more Taunt. Nightblade adds reach to the deck. I don't think that's correct, though. We'll just take the really good 3-drop there. This is the only playable card there. Well, Voodoo Doctor's playable, I guess. Reckless Rocketeer for some more reach, or Yeti for some stronger 4-drops. It's tough. I think the Rocketeer might be the right play, but I'm going to just trust my instincts and grab the Yeti. Polymorph is the easy call there. And at the end of the day... Oh, this is bad. Nothing good here. I have no secrets, so these are just useless. We'll take the Saboteur, I guess. But at the end of the day, I might not have... I might not have minded having, like, an extra high playable card. I got like all of these... Except for the Blizzard, and the Flame Strike. All of these were like in the first like 5 picks, and then I ended up passing on some expensive cards. Now I kind of wish I had more big stuff, like a Force Tank Max wouldn't have been bad. Well, we ended up getting a Legendary at the end, which is really cool. Maxina is, I think, too defensive. These are both very solid. So the Shredder has better stats. It's also a little bit better if you're behind on board, because if the opponent kills it with minions, of course, you just get a legendary out of it. This guy, if the opponent uses like a pair of 3/2s to kill it, it doesn't really give you a whole lot. But if you're ahead on board, dropping that can seal the deal. Oh, man. I mean, wouldn't this seal the deal too if you're ahead? But this comes down a turn earlier. I'm going to take Trogzor. That's just my instinct. I could be wrong, though. I mean, I could very, very easily be wrong. But, I mean, I feel like if you can play Trogzor and the opponent can't kill it right away with minions, you're pretty much going to win. But the Sneeds, you know, if you play it and the opponent can't kill it right away, there's always a chance you'll get a bad legendary out of it that doesn't do a whole lot for you. I don't know. That's just a mistake. It also costs an extra mana. I think part of me just wanted to play with Trogzor because that card is so fun. Like, every time your opponent casts a spell, you get a free creature. It's, you know, pretty cool. And also, it is a little bit better against Polymorph and Hex. Not that, that really matters that much. Yeah, I don't know. I probably messed up. So I think I might have misdrafted this. However, the cards offered to me were good enough that hopefully, even with my minor mistakes in drafting, I should still be able to get up to 7 wins with this. I don't know. I'd be kind of annoyed if I didn't. It's got such a good curve at such a good spike at 4 mana. Some pretty solid endgame cards. We got a Kraken, a legendary, obviously. I'm gonna actually play the attendee here against Hunter. Obviously, if this were a Druid, Rogue, or Mage, I wouldn't have played this, but this hits harder than the Worm. I have no spells, so if he plays like a 3/2 here, I can actually trade into it with the attendee without having to fall behind on my curve. Okay, he's gonna go for the Watchman. So that's interesting. He will go up a card with this if he steady shots. But I'm pretty okay with that. So he goes up a card, but he falls behind on the board. He'll have a 2/2 that can't attack unless he steady shots, which doesn't give him any advantage on the board. And I'm gonna develop my board here perfectly on curve. It seems pretty fine. Alright, I'm going to not hit this with my Worm. I don't see a reason to damage it and give him the option to finish it off. If he steady shots, this doesn't really do much, so he really needs to play a 3-drop here, and then I can respond with Ping and Bluegill, which will take down most things he could play here. Now, he does have the coin. He could play a 4-drop. How hard would that be? Yeah, pretty hard, actually. I'd have to pop the shield, the warrior, and Ping to kill a 3/5. Okay, I can't interact with that. And he gets to attack. Doesn't get a whole lot out of it, though. Damn, Bluegill. Play Bluegill, run the Worm in, Ping, or I could just pop Cone of Cold. I'm just going to use Cone of Cold here. Whatever. That may have been a pretty aggressive use of Cone of Cold, but I have a Blizzard in 2 turns, and I should start getting some damage on. In theory, I could, like, try to burn him out with a Fireball here. Alright, Web Spinner's a pretty good find. It'll give me a card. None of these are max, but I really think... Let's see, should I just race? I could like play the Clockwork Knight and just hit face for 5. But why be so aggressive? Why don't I just Fireball that thing? None of these guys die to his Watchman, so I'm just going to hit him in the face. I'm not going to sacrifice the Spinner just yet. We'll get that extra point of damage on. And, alright, let's think. Let's say he doesn't do anything. I got 6 damage, 8 damage. Ah, he's got a power shot. Darn. Well, the good news is that he still has to steady shot me to be able to attack with this guy, and this guy will die. I guess he's going to kill the Mana Worm here. Yeah, because he's more afraid of that. And now, well, I could play the Knight, but I think it's better to play the Warrior and the Yeti. I got a Boar off of the Web Spinner, which isn't the best, but it is a damage, and sometimes damage is all you need, much like love. All in all, this game, it's been totally fine because he hasn't really put too much pressure out. Yeah, okay, he got a Boulder Festoger out now, but he could just get raced down at this point. Let's see, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, this is fine. Alright, so I get the extra ping in here or drop a Hoarder. I'm gonna ping this. I think every point of damage matters now. And this is 2 damage that I have in my hand. So 3 more pings plus a Stone Tusk will kill him. And he can't clear my board. He was just too far behind. The Ogre wasn't good enough. Okay, well, was a pretty easy win to start things off. Cone of Cold ended up being pretty good. Obviously, when I picked it, I think it was the only playable card. So I can't take any props for having it, but I think it was the right call to play it. It slowed him down, let me get some damage through, pumped up my worm, killed off his infiltrator, which could have been used to trade in for something. So, yeah, it's pretty good. My jaw is making a weird popping sound. I don't know if you can hear it or if it's just inside my head, but that's really weird and has never happened to me before, so I'm kind of scared. But, yeah, things are going pretty well. Every single daily quest I have can be contributed to. I've got the 5 minions, the spells, I think, or something, and then the mage. 3 wins with Mage. June. Alright, we got Top Dog versus Top Dog. Alright, got a good turn 2 play here. I can actually play Apprentice plus Arcane Missile. These, I think, are pretty obvious mulligans. Arcane Missile, of course, is usually just a 50-50 shot at killing something, so it's, you know, not super great. But, you know, if you can play this and Arcane Missile kill something, it's a really nice tempo start. Should I coin out the Apprentice? What can I do next turn? Well, I think I'm actually going to do it, not against most classes, but against a Paladin. This is disastrously bad if he has Argent Lance or Seal of Light, which are both commons. So I probably shouldn't have done this, because one of them is a Grand Tournament card, so it's not that unlikely for him to have it. Shoot, that was a mistake, definitely. Against Paladins, you normally want to get out like a card if you can, because they have a hard time killing early plays. At the same time, it's extra important for you to be able to kill off their recruits and win the board fight. Okay, I lucked out he didn't have Argent Lance. So next turn I can play Swords and Missiles, maybe? Ah! Pretty good time for missiles here. Yeah, free missiles will do me just fine. So do I play the Cobra or the Swords? The Swords is an extra health. But the Cobra can respond to a 4-drop. So can this, really. I'm gonna play this thing. Alright, that's fine. I'm gonna kill the recruit with the apprentice. The reason for that, of course, is that he was gonna be able to kill my apprentice anyway with his weapon, so I might as well get the recruit to die. So I actually am down a card because he played Muster for Battle, and I used Apprentice and Arcane Missiles to clear it. But still, I'd rather go down a card and clear it than not clear it at all. And here I have a 4/4 out in play, which will let me like ping to death at Chillwind Yeti or Ascension. Obviously, Ascension's much better for me to see than Chillwind Yeti, because the Yeti would kill this in one hit. But he had neither. He actually just had a 3-drop. Which taunt do I play? Untargetable or the one with an extra hitting power? I think I'm going to play the one with hitting power, simply because Paladins, what are they going to target this with? Hammer of Wrath? Doesn't die to the Light's Justice afterwards. I just don't think there's anything targetable that would matter. Maybe against like a Mage or a Hunter, I would have played the untargetable dude. But right now, the extra power could be very relevant. Ah, he's got a good 5-drop. That's really just too bad. So here, I can trade both these into it. I'm not super jazzed about that. Oh man, even if I ping this and like play a Cobra, it drops to 5 health, kills the Senjin. Still drops only to 2, so I can't ping it off next turn. And that's a pretty inefficient use of my mana. Do I play this? It's actually not as big of a body as the Yeti, and right now I'd actually rather have the body than the card. I'm going to play the Cobra. I'm not a big fan of this move. Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot about this completely. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god, I'm so bad at Hearthstone. Wow. I totally forgot that this gets this enrage. That's the second arena in a row, or close to it in a row, where I totally forgot about the Smith's ability. Oops. Well, that could be bad. Now, the Senjin still holds up against the Spiteful Smith, but if you can deal 1 more damage to the Senjin, which with a Paladin with 5/7 cards he's likely to be able to, then this enraged weapon gets to kill my Cobra. Of course, me pinging this doesn't really stop that from... Well, let's see. Yeah, he could have hit my Senjin anyway, and then killed it off. So I guess me pinging it isn't like a catastrophically bad move, but it's still pretty bad. He's only at 16 health. I don't think I can actually finish him off here. Stampeding Kodo kills my Cobra, which is a disaster. And now I cannot finish off the Smith with my pings. Do I really go for a burnout strategy now? Christ on a cracker. Healing this doesn't do me any good. Well, it does. It stops it from dying to the weapon, but then I have no way to use my mana. Is it worth it to play the taunt? Or the thing that hits harder? Yeah, we're going for face, and gosh, I'm not sure what the right play is here. I think I'm going to ping the Kodo, hedge my bets a little bit. So the Kodo now dies if it hits either of my creatures. And if he hits this with his face, you know, he gets a card and some card advantage. But at least, you know, he'll be at 5 health, which is obviously very risky against a mage. Man, that popping noise in my jaw is really weird. Okay, anyway, this is a big turn. He hasn't had super great answers. I mean, the Kodo was good against the Cobra, but I still let me hit him in the face for 4 damage, which is, you know, not ideal. A really good turn for him at 6 mana would have been to stop my board entirely. Oh my god, that's a huge joust. Well, lost the game to a joust. That's just how we like to have it here in Arena Land, right? Just when you lose the game because of a joust, that's just great. So, now I've got this Trogzor I could play next turn, but the problem is it's just 6 health. You can easily kill it with just like a recruit in this 5/5. He was a bit too conservative here. He should have actually hit himself and gotten the extra value.
That was a mistake.
Alright, so let's think about this here. Oh, man. I got the Azure Drake. Let's see, what if I Frostbolted his face? So Azure Drake, Frostbolt face, that's down to 12, down to 8. Or, alternatively, I could Azure Drake ping this thing with Frostbolt, and then just, like, hit him in the face. Okay, another option, I can actually play the Nullifier in front of this 5/5, and Frostbolt the 4/2, and then hit him in the face. Down to 12. Or I could just play this thing, see what he wants to do about it. I guess he would really just throw the 5/5 and the 1/1 at it. Or I could use the Yeti to kill the... Okay, I'm going to try this. I don't know if this is the right play, but it's the play I'm going to make. I'm going to use the Yeti to kill the 1/1 so that this 6/6 it needs to be killed by his other 2 creatures. He's got a lot of cards. I don't know why he hasn't been playing any buffs, but I'm just hoping he doesn't have any. So now he can't play spells till this dies. He was afraid to take 4 damage to the face, so I doubt he would take 6 damage to the face. And if he just throws both these creatures at my 6/6, then it did its job. And coming down a turn earlier than Sneed's Shredder was worth it. If he has a buff to let the 5/5 trade the 6/6, then I'm in more trouble, of course, because then the Spiteful Smith kills the Yeti, the 5/5 kills the 6/6, and then whatever other card he plays. Ah, that'll do, pig. That'll do. So now the 6/6 kills my 6/6. The 5/3 kills my Yeti. And then he has a 6/6 out here, which I can't quite kill. And I didn't hit him in the face for 4 damage, which could be really crucial in the end. Now Frostbolting the face doesn't seem like it would work in the slightest. Alright, well... I'm gonna do this, and what I'm hoping happens is he plays like 2 creatures. Icon of Cold, finish this off, freeze his team, hit him for 4, down to 12, like I was supposed to do last turn, and play a 5/5. He has a frozen team and is facing down 9 damage. That's pretty much my best shot of winning here. He's got a Northsea Kraken. No! That's so bad right there. Oh my god, that's really bad for me. Wow, so my creature just dies. Oh god. I could Polymorph, Cone of Cold. No, if I don't play a creature this turn, I just lose. So, play that, and do this. This might seem a little weird, but my plan is I can ping off the champion, hit him down to 11, Polymorph the Kraken, play the Taunter, and hopefully get more damage in with the 5/5. I probably could have won this game had I played differently. Had I gone more for the face with like the Frostbolt and the Yeti that one turn instead of going for the recruit kill, might have had a chance. Trogzor might have been a misplay as well. I don't know. Damn it. That was a frustrating game to lose. Wow, the Kraken was so good. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he has more healing now. So he's way ahead on cards. And I can't brace him down. I mean, I can't. This thing is too hard to kill. And he's going to keep getting 2 health every single turn. Shit on a stick. Oh god, that's bad. Alright, well, we're gonna draw a card and concede. So I lost the Joust, which gave him 7 health. Without that, I could have probably won pretty easily. But at the same time, I did make some really weird plays in this game that I think, you know, if I'd made slightly different choices, I could have won. So that was kind of frustrating. Sort of the worst of all worlds, where you get unlucky and you misplay, so there's like 2 different reasons why you should have won and then didn't. Kind of sucks. Alright, well, on to the... Oh, I should have played... Shoot, I should have played some minions out of my hand to make progress on that quest. That's really just too bad. Anyway. Gonna try to get that one erased from my memory. Okie dokie. We're up against Big Taint the Shaman. I have to win this, not only because their name is Big Taint, but because it's a shaman. Let's not kid ourselves. Shamans just suck, and if I lose this with a mage, when the guy's name is Big Taint, I am going to have just a very, very bad hit to my morale. So I kept a 3-drop because I would hate to mulligan this away and have it be replaced with something even worse. But what came in through the mulligan was kind of annoying. It was a different 3-drop, so I could have mulliganed this and still gotten this guy back. Alright, hopefully this thing only has 2 health. It doesn't. I don't have a spell. I don't have Frostbolt, which would have been perfect here. North Sea Kraken's cute and all, but... So I could have hit this and given him a choice of trading. Might that have been better? It probably would have actually been better because I'm behind here. Well, am I that far behind? I have a good 3-drop and then I have a good 4-drop. I don't know. It's tough to say. Spell damage, obviously very scary. Less Lightning Bolt kill off my Spell Slinger. Yeah, I probably should have just whacked that with my worm. Because now, if he has a Lightning Bolt, he'll kill this thing. Or a Dark Iron Dwarf or some stupid crap. Forked Lightning is actually alright. So this guy survives it, and then he's overloaded for 2 next turn. Alright, this is looking pretty good. All things considered. This is a really good answer to that. Now, this thing does get to buff its health up with the totem, which is hopefully all he can do. But then I can hopefully finish something off with Arcane Missile. And I get to heal this guy for 3 after running in with it. Yeah, it's looking pretty solid. Unless he has some crazy 2-mana play here. No, he doesn't. He's just going to buff this guy up. So please don't be a taunt. Thank you. Oh, no! That's not good. So this now gets healed up. I guess he had a pretty good selection of totems to choose from there. Alright, so I could actually run in the healing totem, Sen'jin, and Arcane Missile. But I think a more logical play is just to do this. And, pinging doesn't make any sense. Arcane Missile, if it doesn't kill something, doesn't make sense. So I want up a card there, but I wasn't able to clear out his totems. Alright, let's see what he's got going on for 5 mana. A big 5-drop was the beginning of the end for me against that Paladin. We played the Spiteful Smith. Hope that doesn't happen again here. Alright, it happened again. It was a big 4-drop, a 4/7. I have no silence. Wasn't offered any in the draft. So, is the Sen'jin worth it? I don't think the taunt is actually worth it here. I might as well just, wait, do I want to play the Yeti or the Drake? I think I want to play the Drake because it costs more mana and the ping doesn't do me any good. Sucks wasting 5 damage to clear out his totems. But that's what I get for saying shamans are bad, right? So this guy drops to 5 health. I can trade the Drake in for it. I can also Blizzard if he makes the right kind of plays here. Like a couple of 3/3s for 3 would be perfect. They would all die to the Blizzard. That is definitely not perfect. I don't have my, what's her face? Polymorph here. Okay. Do I play Cobra? And Sen'jin? Or do I just throw these guys in? I could also Blizzard and Arcane Missile. How good is that really? I don't know, but let's try it. I think it's better than just playing crappy minions. He's overloaded, so I can get ahead next turn. Even if this turn doesn't go well. Alright, they could have been worse, honestly. So I get to hit him for some face damage. He's only got 4 mana here. This thing's about to get pinged to death unless he gets lucky, flips a healing totem again. And I've got 2 4-drops to play. So I'm going to develop a pretty good board here. So please don't be a healing totem and we're good. Just a 1 in 4 chance of that. Ah, he's going to keep on with the overload. I lucked out. He got minimum roll on that. So that's good. It means I can play my Sen'jin and the Sen'jin doesn't die. This is a really bad time for him to get minimum roll. Alright, and then we're a turn away from playing the Kraken. If the Spiteful Smith was the beginning of the end against that Paladin, the Kraken was definitely the end of the end. Ah, we got a broken ass. Wait a minute. Do I really want to play this, or do I want to just ping the Drake? Shoot, I didn't think about this very much, did I? Yeah, I think I should have pinged that Drake here. So I probably should have played the Elemental. Although this protects my Zero Drake, which is still useful. So yeah, well, I guess this engine was a fine play. He's got 8 cards, I have 7, soon to be 8. These guys are even, unless he has a buff, which I hope he doesn't. I'm ahead on health, I've got a good creature to drop. I feel like I'm in really good shape here. Did I? Alright, he was hoping for a Flame Tongue. Didn't get it. Got a really good totem anyway. But on the other hand, it dies to the North Sea Kraken, so it's like, fine. Hoping it's us. That's not a taunt. It's not. Healing, I'm pretty lucky. It came out now rather than last turn. Last turn he didn't make a totem, he just made the Fire Guard Destroyer, but it's still pretty okay. So yeah, the Destroyer goes up to 4 health, but I mean I can use my Sen'jin to kill. Oh no, I thought that was a damage spell for a second. He should have drawn cards first before committing 5 of his mana to doing that stuff. So this is still actually fine. So we play the Kraken here, kill off his Destroyer. I can kill the actually I'm gonna get greedy here. We'll just kill off the totem and kill off his other totem. So, now I've got this pretty nice board. He's got 9 cards, thanks to Ancestral Knowledge, but because I went up on cards, I have 8, soon to be 9, and these trade evenly. And plus this thing hits for 9 damage, and it's behind a taunt, so he's got to be kind of careful how he does this. That's good to see, because it doesn't really do much. That doesn't do much. He gets a bottom roll again with that guy. At this point, do I just hit him in the face? I think I just hit him in the face. Especially because he's dead off this top-decked Fireball. But even if I hadn't gotten the Fireball, I still would have hit him in the face and just, like, I don't know, played a 4-drop. No, I would have been able to play 2 4-drops, Water Elemental and Yeti. And Ping. Or I could have played Water Elemental, Silent Knight, and Cobra. And just kept the pressure up, because he has to deal 7 damage to that Kraken to finish it off, which is no small feat. So yeah, I got a little lucky that game. This Fire Guard Destroyer only rolled 4, made a huge difference because that Sen'jin stuck around to kill a totem off. But hey, after the game before that, I deserved a little bit of luck, right? Okay. 1 more win takes me out of embarrassment range. Oh yes, and we also beat Big Taint, so that was just a really important game all around. We're up against Raffen. Raffen the Priest. Okay, well, do you keep the Yeti here? I think it's a mistake. I'll keep this and hope I get another 3-drop at least so I can coin them back to back. Of course it does not happen. Yeah. Well, missing turn 2 isn't the worst thing in the world. He might play a 3-health minion and I'll need to ping it. Alright, finally, actually not finally, but luckily I win this joust. This being a 2-3 would have been pretty annoying. As it is, I can play the Infiltrator and trade it for this guy, unless there's a Power Word Shield or something. I got another 3-drop, which is good. Priests actually have a hard time with both of these. Okay, now I could kill this by throwing the Infiltrator at it and pinging it, but since I got a 3-drop to play, kind of have bigger fish to fry here. So which of these 3-3-drops do I play? I think probably the Saboteur. The problem with this is if he ends up buffing this guy by 1 attack, I'm going to really regret this, but it doesn't give him cards like the swords do, and it doesn't give him a spell like the Spellslinger does. So this seems just like the most logical choice. Okay, so against a 3-4, I think I want to play 4-4. It just seems to make sense. Now obviously if he plays a 4-mana minion here, or really any minion, he can then trade the Cultist in for my Saboteur and give his thing a bunch of health. Yeah, that's just Dark Cult's being a good card. Then I get to play broken ass motherfucker here, the Water Elemental. The one problem is I haven't tested for Shadow Word Pain. I'd hate to lose this to the Pain, but losing this to the Pain isn't really any better. Ah, he's got Velen's Chosen. That's really just too bad. No, no, yes. No, just a Power Word Shield. Okay, well, that's a little bit better because, honestly, I didn't want him giving any other minions 3 health. Wait, he's really going to heal this? That's just a waste of mana. It's going to die to the Dancing Swords. I don't know if it's a mistake. I guess I just got lucky he didn't have anything to play. Alright, so I can play the Spell Slinger and the Attendee. I think that's actually pretty logical. Let me see what spell I get first. I don't know what 1 mana spell I could use against this. Ooh, I could silence that thing. Actually, I could silence the Dancing Swords, which is really interesting. Stop him from getting a card. Huh. That's interesting. So this I could just steal a card from him, or I could use it to maybe silence an important target later. So what's better? Stop him from getting a card now, or maybe destroy a better target later? You know what? A good option now is better than the best option later. I'm just going to stop him from getting a card. Now, he has a card from Spellslinger as well, so he might have something good, but it's a pretty decent board. Holy Nova kills 2 creatures, but doesn't give him a card anymore, and then I still have a 3/4 out. I get to play Broken-Ass Thing. This is kind of testing for Shadow Word Pain, but if he plays Holy Nova, it doesn't rule out the possibility that he got a Shadow Word Pain. Ah! I should have held on to Silence. Silence is so good against this thing. Crap on a donkey. Well, that just sucks, unfortunately. Alright, I'm not going to not play the Water Elemental, though. One good thing about the Light Spawn is at least I don't have to lose 2 creatures to kill it. But yeah, that obviously makes me wish I had held on to the Silence. So does he have a Shadow Word Pain? It's 6 cards to 6. He does, tragically, have a Shadow Word Pain. Balls. Light of the Naru is actually, oh god, that was really stupid play. Wow, we're playing against pretty bad player here, which is totally fine. He doesn't mean he's a bad person or anything, just bad at Hearthstone. I don't know what universe you play Light of the Naru there, healing 2, when you could have just waited to heal 3 later and gotten a Light Warden. I think the person probably just didn't read the card carefully. Maybe he thought it said, you know, if the target is not damaged anymore, then summon a Light Warden. Which honestly makes more sense, but whatever. Oh, another Joust. Okay, let's see what we got here. We win this one. If I'd lost it, what would I have done? Well, I'd have to ping off the shield, throw these 2 guys at it. As it is, I don't have to ping off a shield, which is significant, because it means I can play both my newly top deck 3-drop and my 4-drop. Alright, how good is Sludge Belcher? Pretty good. I have nothing that hits for 5. So it's kind of annoying to deal with, actually. But Archmage has probably done his job, so let's do that. Let's do that. I don't want to drop to 2 versus Priests, so that's why I'm sending the Senjin in there. And the question is, do I play the Bluegill Warrior? The answer is yes. The only thing that dies to Holy Nova is the Pig. I'm not going to play around Light Bomb or Flame Strike stuff that he could have gotten from Spellslinger. So let's get it in, put the damage down, get the board presence, and just hope he doesn't have the clear, because most Priests won't. Alright, so no Light Bomb or Flame Strike or anything. And just another heal and a big 5-drop. Well, here's a case where the big 5-drop doesn't really work very well. Oh my god. That's good and all, but we're just going to kill that thing. Like, oh god, could I have killed him? Shit. 2, 4, 5, 8, 11, 13, 17. Couldn't have killed him. Alright, so I feel better about not hitting him in the face with my water spurt. But I really should have checked for that. Yeah, he could be at 1 health now. Holy Nova doesn't do much still. Does he have a poor man's Flame Strike? He actually did have a poor man's Flame Strike. And he still dies. So, good game. Unless he has, like, preparation off a Spellslinger into Shadow Word Death or something insane. These are both Holy Novas. Neither of them was given to him by the Spellslinger. Okay. He's just sitting there now. Good job. Good job sitting there. Sitting there is a good thing. Contemplating the meaning of existence. Munch, 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 munch. Snorf. Hopefully my internet didn't die. That would just be really sad. Okay, my internet's alive and well. The guy's just a griefer. And a bad sport. But what can you expect from someone named Raffin? Sounds like you're barfing. Ralphin. You know, Raffin. I'm raffing up my chili dogs from last night. Snorf, 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 snorf. Okay. Ass nugget. Alright. We win. Made it to 3 wins out of the shame range, which doesn't quite rhyme the way I was hoping. Got ourselves a mage victory. Oh, I could have got one more progress on that quest. I really got to remember that. Well, whatever. As long as I play again tomorrow, those quests should get finished up. But, yeah. Good times. Yeah, I think Priest is just really bad. In my very admittedly limited experience, Priest is actually the only class in like 18 games or so in Grand Tournament that has ever done worse than 4. Which is kind of, you know, that's kind of bad if you think about it. I actually have quite a good curve here. Just gonna roll with the homies. Let me see here. Let's take a quick look at those stats. Yes, I've played 18 games, and the only class that's done worse than 4 is Priest. Then Warrior and Warlock each have 1, 4, and everything else is 5 or more. So I've actually done a pretty darn good job here in Grand Tournament. So now he can make a recruit, and I can ping the recruit to death. But that is probably a mistake. I think it's smarter just to coin into the Dancing Swords. Alright, he plays a Novice Engineer, which is basically the same as making a recruit, except it cycles. I think for Paladins, you gotta go for the board. So I go down a card with that play, but I have a really big lead on the board. This will now kill just about any 3-drop, including Spider Tank and whatnot, which goes a long way towards winning the board fight. I can also heal it up. If he did play, let's say, like a 3-2 or something, I could kill it and heal, which is pretty strong. Oh, Arcane Golem! So he goes up another card now, but at the expense of giving me an extra mana. Tragically, I can't use the mana. Never mind, I can totally use the mana. Okay, so the mana's already relevant, and this deals 4 damage, so it'll actually let me kill just about any 4-drop. Not like a 6 health 4-drop, but it'll kill any 5 health 4-drop if I also have a ping. And if he plays anything with 4 health, it just straight up dies, and I can use my extra mana again. So this is an interesting game. He's definitively up 2 cards, but he's given me a mana crystal for the second one. And I'm ahead on the board, so it's close. You know, Paladins are a tough class because they're just so good at fighting for the board with this hero power. But at the same time, if they ever fall behind on the board, Paladins just have it really rough. Oh, this sucks. I hate to have to ping it to kill it. Oh god, alright, so let's think about this. I can heal my guy and ping off the shield, then I'm risking buffs. I can ping this and throw a warrior at it, which takes up my entire turn. It feels bad, but, you know, don't let paladins keep creatures. Alright, we'll see if this is a mistake. I feel like this gives me so much board that I'm actually okay. Let's say he does play a Blessing of Kings, makes this a 6/6. Hits this. I can still Frostbolt ping it to death and play Blue Glow Warrior. Like, I feel like I'm okay here. Ah, that's actually not as good as... Well, I don't know. I guess it's fine. So here I get to Frostbolt, ping, and still develop the board. Alright, let's take a look here. The smoke is cleared. 6 cards to 5, soon to be 6. Well, I've caught up on cards. Got the board lead still. My main problem is if he plays anything huge, I actually can't kill it. It's kind of embarrassing. I only have 4 power on the table. Oh, God. That's not good. Please don't lose this. Ah, oh, Christ. I really could not afford to lose that one. Well, cracker butts. Shit. That cost me 4 damage to his face, and now he gets to kill whatever he wants. Well, the good news is if this guy lives, let's say he just uses the Jouster to kill my Drake, This guy then has 2 health. Cone of Cold will finish it off, and I can also play Ascension thanks to the extra mana from the Arcane Golem. So I could still be okay here, but if he plays another big creature, I'm going to be in some serious trouble. I need him to play 2 creatures here. Hammer of Wrath, a 2/1. Interesting. Well, I don't know. On the one hand, that's a pretty weak use of Hammer of Wrath. On the other hand, it's not playing into Cone of Cold, which is my only answer. Saboteur. Well, it's actually kind of annoying because I would have liked to use this thing. But, honestly, can't complain too much about this. Do I kill this now? Yeah, I think I just gotta kill that. I could have left it up for a ping, but I might want to have pinged a recruit or something. And I have all 9 mana that I can spend next turn, so I don't really want to be pinging next turn. Alright, Silence this, which I'm okay with, because I can kill his guy. Argent Lance kills this, which I'm still okay with. As long as I get to kill this guy, I'm fine. Alright, I finally win a joust. Please don't tell me there's any wacky tricks up his sleeve that stops me from getting the kill that I deserve. Lance Carrier. Ah! Well, that's a pretty annoying thing, because it does mean that now this is a trade instead of a kill. Still, I'm going to do it. This is fine. So, I don't know how good this Armada of 3-drops is, but I do know that nothing dies to the Lance except for the Pig, which is irrelevant because the Pig died to the Lance Carrier. Anyway, the Lance Carrier's body is completely irrelevant. And I get to play a pretty big creature next turn and ping, so I think I'm okay here. Card-wise, he kills this, and he's got a weapon and 5 cards to my 4 cards. 5 after the draw, but I also get to finish this Lance Carrier off with any of my minions. I don't know. If he has some good big minions here, I could be in trouble. But I've got some big minions myself here. I've got a Kraken and Trogzor. Alright, Knife Juggler. As long as it's not followed by a Muster for Battle, shouldn't be a big deal. Okay. Does he have Muster for Battle? Seems like he doesn't. Oh, please don't be a Dark Iron Dwarf or a Blessing of Kings. Seal of Champions. Just as bad. Damn it. So now this thing... Well, luckily I've got the Divine Shield to deal with it, I guess. Ooh, Flame Strike. Yeah, definitely. Dealing with that stuff was just way too annoying. I could have popped my Divine Shield to kill the 4/2, but then this guy would have died to the Juggler, and then he still would have had a creature out. And then I could have played the Archmage, but I'd rather just get the value from Flame Strike. 3 for 1 is pretty good. Matter Bomb, alright. Hopefully he doesn't kill any of my creatures outright. I don't mind popping the Divine Shield, but please just don't kill this. Okay, good. So that's fine. Do I throw both these guys in at the 5/4? Oh my god, Northsea Kraken is so good. So we'll do that, that, and the other thing. And now I should just win. I mean, he has to Peacekeep this or Big Game Hunter it to stand a chance of winning, and he's only got 2 cards. Well, I guess if he plays his own Northsea Kraken, he could be okay, because he could Northsea Kraken this, I have to trade Krakens. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter, he didn't have a Kraken, so we win. Yay! And hell, let's go a little long with this one. Playing another game, going beyond 45 minutes in this particular video. 4-1's pretty solid. The wins have been pretty good. The loss was a tightly fought game, and I probably could have won had I played differently. So yeah, I'm still thinking this is going to 7. Let's see. Another Shaman. Lazy boy. Wow, that, like, if I hadn't earlier played a Shaman named Big Taint, I would have been really up in this guy's grill for having a dumb name. But you're lucky, Lazy Boy. You are lucky that Big Taint paved the way for you to not be humiliated on the internet by the one Papa Boris. Alright, got a bunch of 3-drops, and I'm first, which sucks. I might have to make the rather crappy play of coin, or sorry, not coin, worm pinging a 3/2. Something I'm not that excited about doing. Oh, that's not good. That actually kills my worm and lives to tell about it. Shit on a stick. Oh, this is bad. Luckily, he doesn't get to do anything this turn. I actually don't really recommend coining out these guys, because what are you going to do on turn 2? But, yeah, it sort of sucks. Okay, I'm going to go for the big play here. The Swords kills off his Golem and lives to tell about it. So I'm down a card right now because I lost my Worm, but this could catch me up. Hopefully there's no Spell Damage Totem Lightning Bolt shenanigans. Or like a Shattered Some Cleric or anything like that. Oh my god, that's not good. Well, butts. So, now, this Flame Tongue's vulnerable, but I don't have any minions out to kill it with. I didn't get any of my 4-drops. This is more total power and toughness than the Farseer, plus the Farseer's battle card could be useful later. So hopefully these guys get to attack the Flame Tongue next turn. It's a bit of a tall order, but that's the hope. Bluegill Warrior with Flame Tongue, pretty solid. Kills off most of my 3-drop. I'm technically a card up with this because I got the little pig here. Fireball doesn't do me any good. You know what? I mean, I could ping the totem and then play the pig. And then, like, play the Farseer, but then the Geomancer trades into my Farseer. So really the only reasonable play I have is to ping off that Geomancer. And then Farseer threaten the Flame Tongue. We're turning away from Fire Elemental, but this guy is doing much better than Big Taint. He's actually ahead. He's got 7 to my 5. And while I'm threatening to catch up on cards, there's a lot of ways a Shaman could stop this from actually happening, even without Fire Elemental. I have all my reaction cards. My 1 Fireball, my 1 Polymorph, my 1 Cone of Cold. I got a good 6-drop here, but it dies to Hex, and I have not baited out Hex with anything. There's lots of 4-drops in my deck that could have baited out a Hex if I'd gotten to play them, but I didn't draw them in time. So, I'm actually pretty far behind here. Alright, if this is a taunt, I probably just lose the game. Thank goodness. Okay, now I just need to dodge whatever this 2 mana has in store for me, and we're fine. So please no Lava Shock. Oh, Lava Shock would be so sad. Okay, good. So I do get to kill the Flame Tongue and drop a good creature. Flame Strike. No, I don't think it makes sense to Flame Strike here. He has so little power. He's only got 3 power on the table, and he couldn't kill 3 last turn. And they might say, Papa Boris, Fire Elemental. But here's the thing. What's Fire Elemental going to do? It's going to kill this thing, right? Then I pop open the spiders, Flame Strike with the spell damage, kills the Fire Elemental, and I win the game. Now, if he Fire Elementals this and throws these 2 things at it, I could be in some trouble. Okay, luckily that does not happen. Hopefully he plays like a Chillwind Yeti or some other high value 5 health 4-drop, and then I can just Flame Strike. Ah, that survives Flame Strike. Damn. And I can't do anything about it. Because of the stealth. He's even positioning it correctly. Wow. Okay, so I could play Trogzor. Then he has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. That's annoying. If I play this and kill his Fencing Coach, he still has enough damage to kill this without having to use minions. Flame Strike seems really weak here. Is Cone of Cold the answer? I think it is, actually. Yeah, we'll just do this. So it dies to Flame Strike next turn. And I'm going to do this to get ready for Trogzor. I'm going to ping this to make it look like I don't have Flame Strike, although I hesitated, so you might see through that ruse. So I'm hoping I just get a good Flame Strike. Now, this thing's dead, the Totem's dead, and anything with 5 health is dead, like a Fire Elemental. Say Fire Elemental. Oh, no, Fire Elemental. Oh, God, that's bad. If he Fire Elementals this, he can finish it off with his weapon. Oh, thank goodness. That was almost a disaster. Alright, so how do we do this? I can't target this with my spells. If I play Trogzor, he can kill it with these 2 creatures. If I Flame Strike, this guy lives. Damn, Trogzor. You know what? Sneed Shredder would have been so great. I guess it dies to Hex, but he doesn't seem to have a Hex right now. I could just hit this in Flame Strike, leave myself with a 4-1, and clear his board. Problem is, then he kills it with his weapon, and he gets the free play. So do I want to respond? Yeah, I think actually that's the right move, and the reason I think that's the right move is that he kills this. I have reactive cards out the butthole right now. So if I'd had like more minions to play, then sure, but I don't mind him playing something first, because I can react to just about anything. Alright, this looks good. I think this is the time for Trogzy. I don't care about... Oh, never mind. It's not time for Trogzy just yet. This is obviously good. I was going to go Trogzor and Frostbolt the Brute, freezing it in place, stopping it from attacking Mr. Trogo, but this is obviously better because it's a 9/7 that he can't come close to killing, and if he hexes it, then so be it. I can still play Trog after that. He could still play Hex. Does he have the Hex? He doesn't have a Hex. Okay, I think here we're just going to keep it simple. I'm going to play Trogsy Dogsy, kill the Yeti, and kill the Geomancer. He's only got 2 damage in hand. He'd have to have like a Flame Tongue basically for these. Flame Tongue plus the weapon would kill Trogsy Dogsy, and then I'd have a 9-3 ready to kill him in like 3 turns. I guess it's awkward. I don't really want to hit the Flame Tongue with a 9-3. But if I leave it open, that's just asking for all kinds of trouble with charged creatures and whatnot. Guess I just have to hope he doesn't have a Flame Tongue. Alright, this is pretty irrelevant because these guys don't attack. Alright, this is a pretty good turn for me. Ping that. Play this to block that guy. I should have played this first in case I got a good spell, I guess. Light Bomb. Well, I'm glad he didn't get that one. Although if he had gotten Light Bomb, well no, that wouldn't have been great because I would have gotten to keep a 3-2 after the 3-5 spawned. This is really, really good right here. Make it hard for him to kill Trogzor. Oh, he gets to kill my good guy with the Kodo. Ouch. And then he gets to kill my Kraken as well. Well, Trogzor's still pretty good. And I have a handful of cards I can't really play. Alright, thankfully, Zero Drake's a really good top deck in this situation. Saboteur is fine. And should I just go for the face? Oh my god, I'm an idiot, guys. I'm really bad at Hearthstone, and I apologize for how bad I am. I had the trivial kill with Fireball that I just forgot that Fireball goes face. I am so sorry. Oh, hilarious. Hopefully it doesn't kill me here or anything. Is that a real Wind Fury or created by, Yeah, it's a real Wind Fury. Yeah, hopefully he didn't have any Rock Biter crazy combos or anything. Okay. That'll do, pig. That'll do. So, a misplay or 2 against Lazy Boy the Shaman. Thankfully, he went the way of Big Taint, which would be a great title for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon with the rest of this run. Take care.